Thief 2: The Metal Age is definitely one of my favorite games that I've ever played. I played it so much as a kid, I know the game inside out and backwards. I've never played another game series that has had the perfect blend of stealth, combat, and aesthetics. The stealth in Thief still blows my mind of how good it is, even compared with modern games. So I'm constantly on the lookout for other stealth games which have even close to the same vibe as Thief. And this is where Gloomwood really piqued my interest. Gloomwood is a dark Victorian game with very similar stealth elements, and you can see where the inspiration comes from. The graphics even are as bad as Thief. They look almost identical to the late 90s, early 2000s graphics. And I love that. So in this video, I'm going to go through my first impressions of Gloomwood and pose the question, should you play this today? As I said in the intro of this game, I absolutely love the Thief series of games. So the comparisons with Gloomwood are going to be pretty crazy. So my first impressions in jumping into this game was, basically, this is a modern Thief game, but more combat orientated. So one of the first things you encounter in this game is getting a ring, which you are told will help you stay out of the light.
You have many enemies here. The darkness will shroud you from them.
This ring looks incredibly similar to the light gem that you get in the Thief games, which indicates how dark the surroundings are that you're in and whether you can be seen. I think that this is a much better implementation of the light gem. It doesn't mess with your immersion of the game. There's pretty much nothing on the screen all the time, which I think is an awesome way to go about it. It's always better to have minimalism in these games. I like not having tons of stuff telling me what to do everywhere. Just seeing what I can see makes the game feel so much better. The game is a stealth game. You want to try and avoid as many enemies as possible, but I found that you can just go around and murder everything if you want to. It's very easy to backstab enemies, and there seems to be no real issues killing bad guys. In Thief, you kind of try and not kill everything. You try and knock things out or avoid them. In this game, it's entirely possible to avoid things. I just find myself getting bloodlust and killing all the evil hunters as quickly as possible. No enemies mean no one can see you. The combat in Gloomwood is fantastic. I absolutely love being able to backstab people, and even when you screw it up and you have to fight them hand to hand with your sword cane, it still feels really awesome. The blocks feel like you're way underpowered versus the enemy, but you're still able to dispatch them if you are lucky. You have a pistol, which is the loud option that'll attract the rest of the enemies, but it's pretty powerful and it does get you out of some sticky situations. There is a lot more to this game that I haven't experienced yet, so I'm going to do a deeper dive once I finish this game. Remember to hit the subscribe button with those notifications on to be the first to see the video. So the majority of the gameplay is combat and sneaking. I really like sneaking in this game. It's pretty awesome, and there seems to be a lot of ways to get around things. This doesn't seem to be a linear, you have to go through this room and avoid the bad guys. You can find your way around the roof, and there's lots of hidden little passages that I found just through my quick little 3 to 5 hour playthrough of this game. I've also noticed a couple of features that you have to come back for. There's a couple of safes that I haven't actually got the codes for just yet, so obviously we'll find those in the future and come back. Speaking of safes, that's probably one of the best things that I've encountered with this game. And it's not combat, it's just awesome level design. I just happened to stumble across the number because it was a glow-in-the-dark feature on the wall, and it was like, hey, it's not going to tell you how to open the safe, but that safe was really important for how you went forward with the game. And I love how it just felt like it was right that I turned the light off, and it didn't feel too obvious. I think the game design in Gloomwood is amazing. The actual levels and rooms are designed super well, and I feel like there's always something that you can find if you look a little bit harder. The AI of the enemies can be a little hit and miss in Gloomwood. I found myself kind of thinking I was hidden and them just randomly locking onto my position and then firing at me without me being really that noticeable. And then sometimes I'd almost be standing in front of them and they wouldn't see me. I think that would be my only real gripe with Gloomwood at this stage. This game is still in early access, so hopefully they can iron that out in the future. The story is pretty light on at the moment in Gloomwood for me. There isn't really much going on. I don't even know my own name. I guess I must have amnesia. I'm just known as the Good Doctor. All that we know is the huntsmen want us alive and brought to the city gates. I don't find it to be an issue that the story is fairly light on in Gloomwood, because the gameplay and stealth definitely makes up for it. It's an incredibly fun game to play. I found myself getting stressed out, scared, worried, and like my heart rate going up when I had to get through tight sections or catch an enemy unawares. And I always think that's a great thing in stealth horror games. The aesthetic and art style of Gloomwood is incredible. I love everything about it. It basically hits the nostalgia that I really wanted. I want something that's on par with Thief, and this game is pretty much going to be as close as I can get. The amazing thing about Gloomwood as well is this is an early access game. There doesn't seem to be a ton of bugs or issues. I think that Gloomwood almost feels like it's finished. This is one of the best early accesses I've played in a super long time. The vibe of the game is that real Victorian mysticism, and I love that. I think it's absolutely awesome. So I think you guys know that I am going to recommend the hell out of this game. This game is amazing. I've loved every minute that I've played of it, and I really think that you guys would love it too. If, like me, you enjoy Thief, you'll find this game very nostalgic, and you'll probably love it as much as I do. So I thoroughly recommend you get this game and play the hell out of it like I will. So after I finish this game, I'm going to do a bit of a deeper dive in and make a big long video because I love this game a lot and I've had a lot of fun playing it. I want to share more of my thoughts of this game with you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. You guys are awesome as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more reviews, gameplay, shorts, streams, all the things. I do everything here. So give me a big subscribe. Drop me a comment on what you think of Gloomwood. If you've played it, if you're going to play it. And if you don't really have much else to say, just drop me a big emoji. That really helps as well. Anyways, thanks for being awesome as always. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye. All right. He doesn't tell any of his friends.
Finish him, brothers.
But I feel like taking a pot shot at him was a very poor decision.
Got you now.
I've got you now, bitch. What's going on with his corpse? Just like having a little dance on the stairs there.